When you speak, don't focus on yourself. Focus on the other person and the result you want to achieve.
This video may be helpful if you perceive acquiring English as a process of tough studying process, or even you have enough knowledge but you cannot speak English in real situation. And from some articles and videos, it became clear that there is not much relationship between IQ and mastering non-native languages. What is the important thing is enjoy and be confident. So in today's video, I'm gonna refer to two TED Talks video. And one is by Lydia Mahova, and she can speak 7 languages. Even she is not a native English speaker, but her CFR level is C2. It means like she can speak English as fluent as native speakers. And surprisingly, except German and English, she learned non-native languages completely by herself. It's so surprising. And she tells me the one thing that all language learners has in common, but I'll talk it later. And another one is by Mariana Pascal. She's been teaching English for more than 10 years, but she realized that the catalyst that makes you a fluent, like non-native language speaker is don't feel be judged by someone.
The one thing we all have in common is that we simply found ways how to enjoy the language learning process.
So first, let me emphasize, it is not about your academic skills, but it is about if you can enjoy the process of acquiring languages. And as I've mentioned in this video, you cannot hesitate to do something that you can enjoy because we get dopamine from those actions. Our all actions are based on dopamine. So if we can get dopamine, we do anything. For example, your favorite activities like playing video games and like watching dramas, listening to music, and also like eating or sleeping or chatting. So don't you feel it will be great if you can get dopamine while you are studying English, because you can feel studying English is really enjoyable. And the one thing to do is combining studying English or English with something that you can enjoy, and that's how she acquired non-native languages. She watched drama in the language she wants to acquire. But like anything is okay. As I said, if you like to play video games, you can play video games like in English or like other languages. And also, have you ever heard active learning? Maybe you've already heard because it's becoming very popular, but let me define what it is. So it can be summarized as not passive. You take actions by yourself to acquire other languages. So watching dramas, listening to music, playing video games in the language you want to acquire are included into like active learning, and opposite one is passive learning. So what is passive learning? Like it is the way of education like we had in our public school. In the passive learning, we have to study whether we want or not. Maybe you already know, but passive learning sometimes is not fun. Maybe you have some memories of English lessons in public schools wasn't good, was not enjoyable. So here is a question, like what do you think, which one is more effective, active learning or passive learning? Yes, active learning. By a lot of studies, active learning is proved that twice as effective as passive learning. And if you want to check some studies, you can check from my descriptions. So if you want to acquire English as soon as possible, you should take in active learning, which you learn English from something that you can enjoy. Lydia also mentions 4 points that you have to keep in mind when you try to learn another languages. And the first one is to enjoy, but I already mentioned, so next one is method. So as I've said in this video, outputting something what you've learned right after you learn, and also outputting as many as possible is very important to master something, like not only English but also music skills. So like this, you have to establish a study plan which is suitable for a lifestyle, and also this also affects the next point, and next point is system. Even you can learn English from something fun. Maybe you feel like, no, it's tough, it's still studying, or no, I don't have enough time. Yeah, it's hard if you try to start from studying for an hour, if you try to watch a drama for an hour every day. Yeah, it's tough, even it's tough for me. So why don't you wake up only 5 minutes in the morning and work on memorizing vocabularies? Only 5 minutes, you can do it, right? Yeah, maybe a few days or the first days you feel tough, you feel drowsy, you feel like, oh, I want to stay in the bed a little bit longer. But after a week or 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you won't feel anything because it's already the part of your daily life. It's already part of your routine. And then you can wake up earlier. So this is how to establish a study plan, or this is how to find a study plan that is suitable for your lifestyle. So what I want to say here is you can start from a small step. Even a small step, it is a progress. And if a small steps are piled up, it will be a big progress. So don't focus on making a big progress. Lastly, success. There's nothing that motivates us more than our own success. That's what she said. What she wants to say here is even a small success becomes your motivation. Yeah, it is hard to realize if you are making progresses or not, but if you still keep working on study even a minute or 5 minutes in a day, you are leveling up than yesterday, okay? So please try to make an opportunity to check if you are making progresses or not. For example, try vocabulary self-test on weekend, or go to an online English lesson, or go to English cafe and try your speaking English skills. So next, let's talk about the relationship between confidence and fluency. And this is from Mariana. I'm another speaker. Her job is to teach English to non-native speakers, and at that time she taught English to Malaysian. And she met one student. His name is Faisal. His English level is very low. Even so, he was able to understand what other people are trying to say in English, and he was able to respond in the right way, and he got the result what he wants. So what makes it possible? The key is confidence. I think this is also in Japanese. When you talk to your old friends, you can talk very smoothly, very naturally, right? But when you talk to like someone you fall in love, or when you go out a date, like you, all of a sudden you become like retarded. Like, 僕は, like this, right? I think most of you have experienced such situations. Also, yeah, I've experienced. So what she wants to say here is be confident when you use non-native languages. She also suggests some situations like you should avoid when you use your non-native languages.
The first one is that your listening goes. Someone's talking to you and you're so busy thinking about how you're going to respond and express yourself correctly, you don't actually hear what the other person said. The second thing to go is your speaking. Your mind sort of shuts down, and that vocabulary you do know just disappears, and the words don't come out. The third thing to go is your confidence. And the worst thing about this is you may only be confident because you cannot express yourself clearly, but to the person talking to you, they may misunderstand this as a lack of confidence in your ability to do the job, to perform.
I've experienced such situations a bunch of times, but I feel like those are all come from perfectionism and self-pressure. So let me refer her quote. The one thing that you can do right now is perceiving English as a tool to get the result. English is mere a tool to get the result. It's not like an art to master. So please be confident when you use your non-native language. You are already working hard. Even native speakers make mistakes, but why do you blame yourself? Even a small mistake, right? No one cares such a small mistake, okay? So if you want to communicate well by using English, you shouldn't care about your mistake, okay? You should be confident to yourself. Don't care about yourself too much. If you've learned English in public school, don't think too much. You've done enough to communicate in English. You have enough knowledge to communicate in English. So the next phase is right in front of you. Thank you so much. はい、そして最後に僕からなんと大事なお知らせがあって、僕の4大プレゼントにもう一つプレゼントが加わりました。それは TOEIC 頻出単語リスト4600語です。これは僕が TOEIC955 点を獲得できた経験から、TOEIC を受ける際にはこれだけは覚えておいて損はないという単語をまとめたリスト。これをプレゼントに付け加えます。現在の総単語数は4600語ですが、これはまだ未完成で、最終的には1万語以上を収録したいと思っています。ただ、このデモ版の時点でも受け取りたいという多くの方がいらっしゃったので、今回無料プレゼントに付け加えをさせていただきました。そ そしてまだ4つ無料で受け取れるプレゼントがあります。1つ目は TOEIC リスニング満点の僕がゼロから作った TOEIC リスニング完全攻略ガイドブックです。そもそも TOEIC とは何なのか、TOEIC の全てのパートの問題の形式と解説、そして TOEIC リスニング問題の全ての解き方のコツを図表やグラフを使い視覚的にパッと分かりやすいような内容で解説しています。自分が独学で TOEIC に向けて勉強していた際にこういう内容が欲しかったというような内容を詰め込んだガイドブックになっています。作り込みは本当に頑張りました。2つ目、英語学習無料カウンセリングチケット。これは僕があなたの英語学習に関するお悩みを直接お聞きし、あなた専用の学習プランを作成させていただきます。あなたの現在の英語力から目標を達成するためにはどんな勉強法、そしてどんな教材が必要なのか、そういったものを一緒に考えさせていただいて、あなたが取り組むべきことを一つ一つ示させていただきます。これに参加していただくことで、あなたのやるべきことが明確になると思います。3つ目は英作文添削チケット。自分が英検に向かって一人で勉強していた時、英作文をきれいに書くということにはすごく苦労しました。そういった方を一人でもなくせたらと思い、あなたの書いた英作文を僕に送っていただくとナチュラルな英作文になるように僕が直接添削します。そして最後に TOEIC フィードバックチケット。あなたの過去の TOEIC の結果や模試の結果を踏まえて、あなたが目標の TOEIC スコアを達成するためにはどの問題集を使ってどんな勉強をするのかということを僕が1対1でお話をさせていただきます。これらのプレゼントを僕の公式 LINE からお配りしています。興味のある方は概要欄から追加してください。はい、ということでここまでご覧をいただきありがとうございました。少しでもいいなと思っていただけたら、チャンネル登録、高評価、コメント何でもいいのでよろしくお願いします。質問も受け付けてます。そして僕のインスタグラムではここでしか見れない英語学習に関するコンテンツを毎日発信しているので、よかったらこっちもこの ID からフォローしてください。それでは次の動画でお会いしましょう。Do what you only can do. You can do it. See you.